Hey guys, Clint here. I got a chance to go see Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 a little early, and you know what? I liked it. I know that Mockingjay is sort of widely considered to be the worst of the three Hunger Games novels, but it was honestly kind of my favorite. Mostly that's because I'm a dude in my mid-30s, and I'm not exactly the target demographic for those books anyway, so the more action-heavy, kind of deadly booby-trap-centric story of the Mockingjay book spoke to me more than the previous two books did. So just by the nature of splitting up the final book into two movies, like every YA franchise is doing, the first question you gotta ask is like, do you earn two movies? And I actually think that the two movies are like 80% earned. I think there is 3.5 hours worth of quality cinema when you put these two movies together, right? I think the first one dragged a little bit, but it was a purposeful drag, right? Like it was getting set up for part 2, which I didn't mind as much. And then what's weird is the beginning of part 2 kind of also drags. So I feel like they could have combined them into one movie, but it would have been like a 3.5 hour movie, and that would have been too long. Now, part 2 is supposed to be more action heavy, and again, this is what appealed to me about the book Mockingjay more so than the other two. And the action in this one is fine. There's really nothing to say about it. It looks and feels a lot like the big set pieces that we get in all of our tentpole movies now. The CGI is good, the set pieces are good, the choreography is good, the sense of scale in this franchise in general just, I thought, keep getting bigger and bigger. The first Hunger Games movie was like the most expensive, cheap-looking movie I've ever seen, and they just progressively got better and better, and I think that's true with this one too. But the thing about the action aside, the scope of it aside, the way that they wrapped up the story, forgetting about all of that, the highlight of this movie to me was actually the dynamic between Katniss, Peeta, and Gale. Again, that's not what I gave a crap about in the book, right? I never really thought that they earned any sort of love triangle between those three. I didn't care about it, it wasn't my thing. And it's been the same case with all of the movies, you know? I didn't really buy into the fact that these three, there was any sort of love triangle tension going on between the three of them. But in Mockingjay Part 2, everything between Peeta and Katniss really lands. Peeta's whole deal about trying to figure out what's real and what's not, and all the questions he asks, and even his function in the narrative of the story works with his function as a character really well. Like, I got it. And Gale is off to the side being jealous, and I get why and how, and it all makes total sense. And Katniss at the middle of it, being conflicted about which way she's gonna go. I got it. I finally got it. And because I got it, because I was invested in the characters in that way, the whole movie felt better. The action, which is pretty typical run-of-the-mill action, is more intense. President Snow, who is exactly the way he was in the, because he's Donald Sutherland and he's a pro, he was exactly the way he was in all the other three movies, but he's scarier. Because of the core dynamic of these three characters, I thought worked so much better in this movie than it has in the past. The whole movie feels much better. Also, they did it again. They should have ended the movie 4 minutes before it actually ended. So there's going to be a point at the end of the movie. Here's my advice to you. There's going to be a point at the end of the movie where you're going to be like, oh, what a great ending. And when you do that, get the f*** out of the theater. Because there's another couple of minutes that you just don't need. And you'll know what I'm talking about when you get there. It's in the book as well. But the way it's handled in the movie, they should have got out. They didn't. So my advice to you, get out when they should have. All right, guys, let me know what you think of the Hunger Games Mockingjay Part 2 down in the comments below. You excited about it? Are you going to go see it this weekend? How many of you have already seen it? Because there's always lots of you that have already seen it. So let me know what your favorite Part 2 of a YA, the last novel in a YA franchise is, because there's a lot of them by now. Let me know about that in the comments down below. Click like and subscribe and stick around on Cinefix for more movie stuff. See you next time. Just go sprinting from the theater. Throw some elbows, kick some people out of your way, do whatever you gotta do. Get out of there. Or just go and have your friend tell you when the credits start rolling.